Hello students, today we are going to learn about the digestion in humans, in the chapter that is nutrition in animals. So why do we need to study digestion in humans? Is it necessary for us? Yes, of course, because the food that we eat daily has to be broken down into smaller pieces before it turns into the blood and is supplied to every part of the body, and because of which we acquire energy, right? So the food which we eat daily has to be digested in proper manner so that we can have the functions working properly in our body, isn't it? Yes. So let us just introduce the digestion in humans. So we take in food through the mouth, right? Then we digest it, and that is utilized by our body. The unused parts of the food are defecated, means the food which is not digested, it will be excreted from our body. So have you ever wondered what happens to the food inside the body? No. So if you think wisely, then you will come to know that how the food passes through a continuous, that is, canal. There is a continuous canal over here. Can you see? So from here it goes from mouth, it goes through the esophagus, and it is a continuous path or a continuous canal. So this continuous canal will begin from the mouth. See, it will begin from the mouth, and that is nothing but buccal cavity, and it ends to the anus over here. So this canal can be divided into various compartments. So this canal is called as what? The alimentary canal, and it can be divided into the compartments like buccal cavity, which is also called as what? Mouth. And here is the esophagus, which is also called as the food pipe. Then here is the stomach. See, here is the stomach. Then small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and finally anus. So is it not a very long path? Yes. And these all parts together, they are called as what? Alimentary canal, or also called as what? Digestive tract. So the food components gradually gets digested as food travels to the various compartments. And there are some glands associated over here. Can you see different glands? Salivary gland, then liver, and pancreas. So these all are the glands. They all glands and the alimentary canal, they are together called as what? Digestive system. So let us see further how the digestion takes place in our body. So what happens after we eat food? The food is digested, and then it is passed to the different parts of the body for the growth, repair, and other vital functioning of the body. Important functions that takes place in our body is just because of the food that we eat. So the food we take is primarily in the form of complex substances, right? So the food which we are eating is not simpler one, it is the complex substances. So it may be some different kinds of veggies, some different kinds of chapatis, rotis, then parathas we eat daily, right? Different kinds of food items we eat daily. And those food items, they are actually in the complex substances, but with the help of our teeth, what do? We chew it and we make it in the form of simpler one. So why do we need to make these substances in a simple form? So that our body can properly digest the food and make it in a useful form, in a soluble form, right? So this food in such complex form is not used as such by animals. So hence they need to be first broken down into simpler soluble form so that they can be absorbed by the cells of the body. The different millions of cells are inside our body, and these cells has to digest these food, and that is why it has to be converted into simpler one. Yes. So how this digestion helps place? Yes, how does it takes place and how does it helps to our body? See, the process of breaking down of complex component of food into simpler substances is called as what? Digestion. So the process of digestion is different in humans, grass eating animals, amoeba, hydra, etc., which we have already seen in our previous class, right? So enzymes help in the breakdown of complex molecules like carbohydrates, protein, fats, etc. into simple molecules, and digestion in unicellular animals like amoeba is intracellular, means here enzymes help for the breakdown of complex molecules into simple molecules, okay, but in unicellular animals, that is single celled animals, the digestive enzymes are secreted in the food vacuoles, which we have already studied in the previous class, right? Okay, so going back, yes, see, now let us see how the salivary glands helps and how the inner walls and outer walls of the stomach helps for the digestion of food. Okay, so the food components gradually get digested as food travels through these various compartments, that is from mouth, then to esophagus, then to the stomach. Okay, and what happens in the stomach, then later to the large intestine, small intestine, rectum, and finally to the anus. Okay, so the inner walls of the stomach and the small intestine and the various glands associated with the canal, such as salivary glands, the liver, and the pancreas, they all secrete the digestive juices. They contain some kind of digestive juices. If you observe your saliva, how is it? Isn't it watery? Yes. So the saliva is the salivary gland, the liver, and the pancreas, they all secrete some digestive juices, and these digestive juices will help the food to convert into the from complex to simpler one. Okay, and the digestive tract, that is nothing but the alimentary tract, and the associated glands, they all together will help for the food to break down into simpler substance. Okay, so further all these substances are then digested and then they are sent to the various parts of the body, to the cells, and the waste or the undigested food is then finally passed through the anus. Okay, so excreted, that is called as what? Excretion. Okay, then we are going to study about this in detail in our next class. Okay, thank you students.